Hi everyone, my name is Dani Fortner, and in this video I'm going to talk about the book Progressive Steps to Syncopation for the Modern Drummer by Ted Reed. This is a book that is typically used for drum set, which I will touch on a little today, but I'm also going to demonstrate different ways that it can be used on different instruments. It's useful as a percussionist to have different books and exercises that you can use on various instruments. If you have this book, then today we're only going to be focusing on page 34, exercises 1 and 2. And if you don't have the book, you can follow this link to PDFs of my arrangements of these exercises. I'm going to start on drum set. So first I'll give you an overview of how the book is typically used. Here's the original exercise written for snare drum and bass drum. And then you can start to build. You can add the hi-hat on 2 and 4 like this. Or even add the ride cymbal. Another thing people like to do is use the exercises in a swing beat like this. Then if you want to get more advanced, you can do things like play 16th notes on the snare drum, alternating hands, and then use the written snare drum rhythm on bass drum. Then you can play different variations of 16th notes using rudiments. For this one, you can use paradiddles and accent the written snare drum rhythms. Or you can do double paradiddles. And the last one I'm going to give you is triplets with double strokes. Now that I've given you some different ideas on drum set, let's move to some other instruments. On Conga, there's endless amounts of things you can do, but I'm just going to demonstrate 2 exercises that I came up with. For the purposes of this video, O is open stroke, S means slap, and B is a bass note. So here's the first exercise. In the second exercise, H and T stand for the heel-toe rocking motion of your left hand in the center of the drum. In this exercise, I'm going to play slaps in some of the rests for effect. Of course, these are just suggestions, and you can notate and play them however you want. So now let's move on to frame drum. When playing hand drum instruments, you can practice them like drum set by putting ankle bells on your feet, like so. I have notated these exercises as well. So for these, T is thumb, the bass note, 2, 3 is your middle and ring finger together, and 1 is your pointer finger, and H is your whole hand. So here's the first one, and I'm going to play ankle bells on quarter notes. For the second exercise, similar to the second conga exercise, I'm going to be using the left hand in the rests. And this time I'm going to play the ankle bells on beats 1 and 3, so there's more of a cut time feel. So the letter L stands for left hand. You can also experiment with adding things like snap or other embellishments for effect. Tambourine can be used in a similar way to frame drum, except now you can practice thumb and finger rolls as well. So for these exercises, F is fist, H is the heel of your hand, and T is the tip of your fingers. So here's just one exercise for tambourine. So as you can see, this book is full of possibilities. I just gave you 12 different exercises on 4 different instruments using only 2 lines from this book, and you have 60 more pages to experiment with. This book is a great tool for beginners who are just learning rhythms and coordination, and it's also a great tool for advanced players who want to get more creative with the way that they play the exercises. And if you're a teacher and you have a student who doesn't want to buy a whole bunch of books, this is a great first book to give them to learn all the instruments. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope that you are leaving with many ideas in mind about how to use Ted Reed's book, Progressive Steps to Syncopation for the Modern Drummer.